the cell, as well as in class 9th we have studied about the cell. So when we talk about the cell in this video, we learn about introduction, discovery of cell, the basis unit of life, cell theory, animal cell and plant cell, prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So first is introduction, that is cytology and cell biology. So when we talk about cytology, it is a word which means the study of structure and the composition of cell. And cell biology is also the another name. Now it's a modern way to express when we talk about the molecular level. So we call it cell biology, with the introduction of many new and powerful tools and techniques for studying living organism at the cellular and molecular level. So this expression, that is cell biology, currently is some commonly used. So that's about the study the cell, the basis unit of life. When we talk about the discovery of cell, the term cell, that is Greek word kritos, means cell. uh, the cell I means hollow space, was first coined by, that is, microscopist Robert Hooke in 1665. So when Robert Hooke saw under the microscope, in his crude microscope, a cell was really the empty cell walls of dead plant tissues. The figures of Koch cells are seen by Robert Hooke were published in his work is published in a Micrographia. And next is A. van Leeuwenhoek. He's a Dutch merchant in 1683. He was the first to observe free cells, that is a bacteria, live cell we can call, RBCs and sperms, using his homemade microscope. Next is Robert Brown. In 1831, he discovered the presence of a small rounded body within the cell of orchid roots, which was he termed as the nucleus. Next is cell theory. That is very important when we discuss about the cell theory. That was propounded by German biologist Matthias Galadian and Theodor Scaven. So they have given the cell theory, which is like all organisms are made up of the cell, that is body of living organism are made up of cells and their product. Second is activities of an organisms, that is that all the total activity, the sum total of activities of its cell is performed by single cell, or as well as lots of more than cells, one more than cells, sorry. Third is cells develop from pre-existing cells. And the cell theory exception will be for the viruses, because they are the smallest a cellular organism. So that's it. And next is the Louis Pasteur, that is 1862. He experimentally demonstrated that life originates from pre-existing cell. And he's a German pathologist. He established that all cells arise from pre-existing cell. So he stated that in Latin as hominis e cellula e cellula. Next is that is according to cell theory, that is the cell is structure and the functional unit of living beings. And now when we talk about cell is a basic unit of life and the structure unit of an organism. So there are different levels of organizations. A group of cells that perform specific functions, that is known as tissues, and when that tissues collectively functional unit called an organ, and more than organs when they bodily constitute an organ system. So this is the cell as a basic unit of life. When we talk about the basic property of cells, so there are so many, like cells are complex, organized, they are the genetic program, they, that means to use it. Cells are capable of self regulations, utilize energy, and they also have a lot of variety of chemical reactions, and they engage in numerous mechanical activities. So that's on. Now based on the numbers of cells. So there are two types of organism. One is unicellular organism, second is multicellular organisms. So here the uni means single cells, the organisms which are made up of single cells, that are called unicellular organisms, and the organisms which have more than one cell, that are known as multicellular organisms. So examples of unicellular organisms are amoeba, paramecium, bacteria, and others, etc. And when we talk about multicellular organisms, so it means like plants, animals. There is acellular organisms, means the body of the unicellular organisms cannot be divided into cells. They are also called acellular organisms. Now when we talk about unicellular organisms, only a one single cell will perform all the activities, and in multicellular organisms all cells means a single cell perform one or a few activities. Division of labor in unicellular organism is no, and division of labor is present in multicellular organisms. Reproduction, single cell only will perform and it will consume. Multicellular organism, there are some cells called germ cells which take part in reproduction. Lifespan, the lifespan of the individual is short in the unicellular organism, and in multicellular organisms the lifespan is long. Now when we talk about the shape and size of cells, they are very considerably, but all these are ultimately written by the specific functions. When we talk about smallest cell, that which organism have the smallest cell, so that is PPLO. Smallest cell contains PPLO and mycoplasma, means PPLO, or you can say that mycoplasma. The another name of PPLO is mycoplasma. So its size is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. So this, when I'm saying micrometer, that is micrometer, this micrometer has 1000, it's equal to that is millimeters, 1000 of a millimeter. And when largest cell is ostrich egg, largest one is ostrich egg. And longest animal cell is nerve. I think many of you do not understand, so I erase it. Nerve cell is the longest animal cell. Ostrich egg is the largest one. It is like 180, that is 18 centimeter. 18 centimeter ka, that will be ostrich egg. That is the largest egg. And nerve cell is your means not your is longest animal cell. Okay, so when we talk about the basic unit, a cell is basic unit of life because it performs all the life functions like intake of food materials, excretions, metabolism, and there is a division of labor. Now we have the questions regarding again that animal cell and plant cell. So what are this animal cell and plant cell, that which have different cells, which is very important topic. So animals and plant cells have the same basic structures with cell membrane, cytoplasm, nucleus, various cytoplasmic organelles. So if we talk about animal cell, cell wall is absent in animal cell. Plasma membrane, the outermost structure, is present in animal cell but no cell wall. In plant cell, a cell wall is formed of cellulose is present outside the plasma membrane. When we talk about vacuoles is present are few and small. Large vacuoles lie in the center with cell sap in plant cell. Plastids are absent in animal cell. Plastids are present in plant cells. And in centromere and centrosomes are present, and there is no any centrole and centrosome in plant cell. When we talk about food storing polysaccharide is generally glycogen in animal cell. Food storing polysaccharide is generally starch. Now, these are some differentiate between the plants and animal cell. Next is prokaryotes and eukaryotes. All the organisms except viruses are cellular. Two types of cell exist in our biological universe. One is prokaryotes, second is eukaryotes. So, when we talk about pro, that is primitive. Karyotes means nucleus. Karyotes means nucleus, or you can say that prokaryote means before nucleus. U means EU, true. That is true. And karyotes, that is means nucleus. So this it. Next is nuclear membrane is absent in prokaryote and nucleus is absent, so that's why DNA is naked. When you talk about eukaryotes, so nuclear membrane is present, nucleus is present in eukaryote, and DNA is combined with protein. Chromosome is single and chromosome is multiple. So this much in the slide. Next we will go for other further topics, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. That's it for my side. I hope you understand. And if you have any queries, so you can just comment on the comment sections and give me the feedback from this video. Thank you.